Good morning. Before we get started today, please like and subscribe. Please share my channel. Please comment whether you agree with me or not. I'm driving to work today. I have sticky fingers because I was trying to pull weeds this morning. I don't know why. I just saw some weeds in my son's flower bed and I was like, oh, I'm going to get that. And my hand has pitch all over it. Sticky weed. But anyway, life. So I wanted to share something today. I had a dream a few nights ago. I had a dream and it was unusual. Just this little bit before I get out on the street. I was having a dream that we were in it wasn't a restaurant, but it was someplace where there was food. It might have been some kind of like a party or a potluck. I think it was like a potluck, and there was food. And at the potluck there were hard-boiled eggs, and I do eat hard-boiled eggs often. I like eggs and avocados for breakfast, and I'm used to eating them. And when I eat hard-boiled eggs, I put salt and pepper all over them. And at work, I use these little packets. And so in my dream, that's what I was doing. I was putting salt all over my hard-boiled eggs. And when I ate the egg, this is the first time I think I can remember that this has ever happened. But when I ate the egg, I tasted the salt. I could taste it. And I remembered in my dream thinking, oh, this is really salty. Like, I was very aware of the flavor of the salt. And I know that it's not impossible to have senses, to feel, to smell, taste, to be aware of, to have senses in your dreams. But I did read somewhere that it's not really common. And I was wondering if anybody else has dreams where you can smell, taste, where your senses are in your dream just like they are in real life, because I found that really interesting. The reason I found it so interesting is because this thing is going to drive me nuts for the rest of my trip here. My camera just keeps falling forward. I am so sorry. But yeah, I just, if anyone has ever had the experience where you have fully tasted something, or where you can smell things, where you're very, very aware of the sense of touch, or any of your senses, our five senses, in a dream. And they talk about lucid dreams. I just found it very interesting. And in lucid dreams, when we're in the dream, we are aware that we're in a dream. And I can't say that I was aware while I was tasting the egg. I can't say that I was, or the salt. I can't say that at the time I was saying, oh, this is cool, I'm in a dream and I can taste. While I was in the dream, I wasn't aware that I was in the dream. However, I do understand that there are people who, can be in the middle of a dream and say, this is just a dream. I do remember, I don't know how long ago it's been, but I do remember that there were times that I have been in a dream and said, okay, this is not real, this is a dream. If that's happened to you, let me know. If it happens to you often, please do let me know. I would love to hear from you. I'd love to hear about your experience. And if this happens often, because from what I was told, the more aware, the more conscious in this life and in real life that we are of our thoughts and our dreams, we can start to, I don't want to say control our dreams, but we can start to kind of bring things about. Like, if I had wanted to start experiencing things in dreams like I experience in this life, and I was thinking, I was listening to YouTube videos thinking, okay, this is possible. All things are possible, like my channel says. So if it's possible, I want to experience this. I want to see what it's like to experience, to witness my senses in my dreams. So now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start focusing and thinking about, lucid dreams and being aware and having a dream where I'm conscious in the dream and I know that it is a dream. And they say that beyond that, once you start to be able to know that you're in a dream in general, then you can kind of start to steer things. And like I said, I'm not going to say that we make things happen in the dream, or we, cause the dream to be a certain way or go along a certain theme. I don't think we get to dictate, just like we don't dictate life, and what happens in life 100%. I don't think we get to dictate the theme of the dream and what's happening in the dream. However, I have heard that we can have some form of say in how our dreams go. And I'm going to try that. I just think it's really cool. I don't know really if it necessarily means anything or equates to anything. I don't know if it's significant or not. But I'm going to try it. And if you've ever been in the middle of a dream and just said, oh, you know what, this is a dream, and I'm just going to go here and I'm going to do this, and I'm very aware this is a dream, and you can sense things, feel things, smell, taste, touch in your dream, and it seems like it's completely real, but you're kind of calling the shots as you go along. Let me know if you've ever done that and how you were able to do that. I kind of like experimenting with things like that, with consciousness and with thought, because I do believe that there is a lot more that we can do with our thoughts than we give ourselves credit for. I mean, the entire Bible is filled with thought miracles, with prayer miracles, with, Jesus demonstrating somebody is sick or can't walk or has been, unable to walk their entire life or blind their entire life. And Jesus just says, he rubs a little dirt on his hands and puts it on them and just says, okay, there you go. You can see now. My question is, how on earth did he do that? What does the Bible say? What does the Bible say? How did that take place? Jesus demonstrated that it's possible, and that if we have enough faith, it's faith. We have to have faith. And I have some medical things going on. I think one of the reasons I'm so interested in this is because I have numbness in my legs, neuropathy, and I've got some medical issues, some back pain and things like that. I would love for them to disappear. And so far I haven't. I guess, some people say, oh, you don't have enough faith. But, I guess if I just didn't give it any credit, didn't give it any thought, just figured I'm fine and that's all there is to it, maybe I would be fine. Maybe things would just straighten themselves out. Maybe I do need to have more faith. But I also am very interested in, in the science of, or the explanation for, or our worldly explanation for how these things happen. How do we have that much control? Or, God has that control. We don't have the control. We're not the ones making things happen. God is making things happen. God is I am, the all, the one. We are collective. We are all one. This is an unlimited power of spirit. And scientifically, what that means is that our senses, our thought, not our senses, not our physical senses, but our thoughts, how we feel about something, our intentions, what we know to be true. Faith is really what we know to be true. Faith in things unseen is just us knowing that, we just, it's a matter of fact, the things in the supernatural and these things that happen, like instant healing and, miracles, moving mountains and miracles. These are things that we just don't question. Faith is just not even questioning that these things take place. And I really like the fact that I've been learning that absolutely these things take place. This is how this world is structured. And, some people call it the Matrix. I don't think it's really like a matrix. I'm not sure That movie was a little odd, I thought, but there was so much going on. There were so many moving parts. I didn't really grasp I didn't extract the concept of just the Matrix. There were so many other things going on in that movie. It's hard for me to picture that being like what reality is. I think it's a movie. But this world, this experience we're in is like wave. It is like wave. It's like thought wave. It's particle. It's vibrational frequency, currents, waves. It's not solid. So naturally, if everything isn't solid like we think it is, if it's all just a bunch of jiggling, vibrating light blips and wave, which is like a projection, or we're seeing a movie, that means that these things can be rearranged very easily. And if they can be rearranged by our thoughts, if this whole world is made of thoughts, like we are projecting our thoughts, and that's what we're seeing. So if we are like the projector and we're the producer, then naturally this space that we're living in and everything that goes on, even in our dreams, whatever it is that is being created by our minds and our thoughts, is subject to what we want it to be and what we ask the I am, the all. And again, it's not just me. I'm not isolated. I'm not the only one making these things happen. I think that's one big mistake that people make when they talk about manifestation, that I am manifesting, so I am making it happen. No, we are making it happen. God is making it happen. God is not just in us, but God is us. We are Him. This whole wave is all connected together. Is that wave and that intelligence and that consciousness is God. And the whole of it all, God, if we know that we just, like God says, ask and it shall be given. Knock and the door shall be open. So if all we have to do is ask, that's pretty simple. We don't have to go through a whole bunch of changes to make everything work. We just ask. And by asking, it's almost just like, I want this to happen. God, how about, let's do this. I would like if this happened. I would like if this looked like this. I would like if I were to go here and do this. Yeah, I'd love that. Can we do that, God? Let's do that. Thanks. It's that easy. It's that easy. But we're not asking an external force. We are tapping into the Holy Spirit that is in us, that is us, that we are, that's where we come from. We're just understanding and remembering that that's who we are. So if we can go through life and say, I want to go here and I want to go there, God, please make this happen. Can we do this? And we're in alignment with the unlimited spirit that is I am. And we watch our lives unfolding in that way. I truly believe that we can do that when we're sleeping as well. And I think that's interesting. I think I'm going to try it. I don't know. I'm not going to put too much focus on it, because I know that the things that I concentrate on really hard are things that disappear, that just don't happen because I'm too laser focused on them. I just have to kind of let it go, let it move along like a wave. But that's, I'm just going to put that out there. Let me know about your dreams. What are your dreams like? Do you talk about your dream in your dream? Do you say this is a dream? Or do you wake up and remember them? Or do you know that, certain things that you shouldn't be able to feel or sense, like pain or smell or touch or taste, do those things occur in your dreams? And do those things happen randomly? Or do they happen because you are aware before you go to sleep that this is what it's going to be? Let me know. Really interested in this. Anyway, I'm going to get into the office. I hope you're all having a great day. I will see you next time.